Nung nakita ko yung poster na ginawa ng Omega at saka ng BSP tungkol sa laban ni Charly Suarez at saka ni TOMJUNE Mangubat sa March 5, na-inspired ako na gumawa ng aking parang analysis and prediction. Ang tanong ko kagad sa sarili ko, may palag ba yung TOMJUNE Mangubat sa undefeated Olympian na si Charly Suarez? Yan ang sasagutin ko dito sa video na ito at pagkukumparahin natin dalawang boksingero. Kaya stay tuned, brother.
Powcast Sports. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.
I'm excited about this match. Congratulations in advance, VSP Promotion. You always put up a good show and a good match. May talagang mga good match talaga at maraming good match sa mga event ng VSP. That's why I always want to be there and pinagsisiksikan ko talaga yung sarili ko kasi I not only get content, I get kumbaga satisfied to see good boxing matches. So kudos to you. And pag-uusapan natin ngayon itong laban ni Charly Suarez kay TOMJUNE Mangubat. TOMJUNE Mangubat is a replacement. Ang dapat pong makakalaban originally ni Charly Suarez was Dan Aldea. Unfortunately, something happened and TOMJUNE Mangubat, the warrior, stepped in at alam mo ang tawag dito kay TOMJUNE Mangubat, War Dog. So he's ready for war and I tell you right away that this will be war. And pagkumparahin muna natin yung dalawang boksingero para magkaalaman kung may balag ba talaga. Well, to be honest with you, sasagutin ko na kagad kung sino llamado dito sa laban na ito para malaman nyo. Kaya ang title ko, kung may palag ba kay Charly. Llamado po sa tingin ko si Charly Suarez dito sa laban na ito. Pagkumparahin natin yung dalawa para makita nyo kung ano yung ibig sabihin ko. Of course, ito po March 5, Paranaque daw po. Hindi ko alam kung saan mismo ang paglalabanan po nila ay WBA Asia Super Featherweight title. If you look at them, mas mataas ang ranking ni Charly Suarez from BoxRec. Mas matanda si Charly Suarez at 33 years old kumpara kay TOMJUNE na batang-bata at 24. One big difference is the height at 5'8". At yung record undefeated si Charly, 9 wins, 6 knockouts. And samantalang si TOMJUNE Mangubat, may dalawa po siyang talo, 15 panalo at isang tabla. So ano bang nakikita ni Pau Salud? Ang unang-unang kong sasabihin, sana makita ko itong laban na ito ng live. Congratulations again, Madam Kukoy, Sir Robert Hill, Lim Song, Powcast Sports. Hopefully, I'll be there once again. So here's the thing, and I will tell you this because I've seen both boxers. And taglish tayo, napanood ko parehong boxers, nakasama ko sila. Of course, thank you sa Omega for always inviting me sa kanilang event sa Cebu. And I've seen this guy, itong si TOMJUNE Mangubat. No? And let's talk, sige, si Charly Suarez sana. Kasi live to, wala tong script. On the top of my mind, kung ano pa yung nakikita ko dito sa laban na ito. So, I'm looking at TOMJUNE Mangubat. So, yung huling talo niya po kay Jong Sion Kang in Vietnam. And the last fight before that na talo niya ay kay Arnel Baconaje. Now, since then, after niya yung talo niya sa Vietnam, which was the first outing outside the Philippines, pag nagpapanalo na po siya. So, itong si TOMJUNE Mangubat has fought Raymond Impic, Ryan Maanyo, Ernie Sanchez, and Alan Villanueva. Now, I would be a little bit worried kung wala siyang nakakalabang Alan Villanueva because with respect to the boxers like Impic, Maanyo, Sanchez, I think TOMJUNE Mangubat, real talk, is ahead, especially in a lot of aspects. So, Alan Villanueva, undefeated boxer, TOMJUNE Mangubat was kind of tested there at least, no, ng isang boxer na may magandang record and kumbaga isa lang yung talo nun nakatalo pa dun yung kasamahan din niya, but it was a good fight at nakita ko na talagang may potential itong TOMJUNE Mangubat. The thing about TOMJUNE Mangubat na pwede kong sabihin sa inyo kagad is he's 5'8" at 130 pound division. So siguro sabihin ko na sa inyo, of course, although may mga magsasabi na wala naman sa tangkad dyan. Pacquiao is small and he fought Margarito. But yung 5'8" na height ni TOMJUNE Mangubat, I don't think he's 5'8". I see him more of 5'10". O baka 5'11 pa yung height niyan. Alam ko na, kasama ko si Yumir Marshall. Marshall is declaring himself as 5'10", pero mukhang 5'11". Halos kasing tangkad eh. Mahaba talaga itong sa TOMJUNE Mangubat. So he's gonna use that to his advantage. So that's one for TOMJUNE Mangubat. However, Charly Suarez is a very fast guy. At 33 years old, itong si Charly Suarez. Talagang, alam mo, marami nagsasabi na hinug na to si Charly Suarez. Pwede na yan ilaban sa mas matitindi. And Charly Suarez really fast, really conditioned all the time. I've seen him train. And I would actually give the speed factor dito po, no? Dito po kay Charly Suarez, yung speed is for Charly. So, at saka feeling ko mas maganda yung footwork. I mean, I'm just trying to be objective here. Charly Suarez is watching this. Maybe people from Omega is gonna watch this. But Charly Suarez have a better footwork and a better speed than TOMJUNE Mangubat. So, at sa boxing skill, ang hirap if you go against an Olympian. I mean, they fought high level. They have a lot of amateur fights. And talaga namang ibibigay ko rin kay Charly Suarez. And that's why I'm saying na lamado itong si Charly Suarez dito po kay TOMJUNE Mangubat. So sa mga boxing fans, Filipino boxing fans, that's something you should watch out for. So sir, sarang sa sinasabi mo, parang walang panama yung TOMJUNE Mangubat. Wait, di pa tayo tapos, no? Hindi pa tayo tapos. Let's look at, siguro mas maganda kung ipakita ko rin sa inyo yung parehong box rec ng dalawang boksingero para mas madali kong may explain. Ibabalik ko lang dito sa box rec po muna ni TOMJUNE Mangubat para makita nyo yung sinasabi ko na record ni TOMJUNE Mangubat. 15 wins, ayan po siya. Ito, daming ads eh. Ito. So, I was talking about his last fights. Ito, Alan Villanueva was good. Yung record, lakihan natin, hindi makita. Yan, Alan Villanueva, Ernie Sanchez, Ryan Maanyo, Raymond Impic, all wins. 1, 2, 3, 4 fights in a row. So, ayan po, no? Ayan po yung, kumbaga, yung record niya. Ngayon, Charly Suarez. I'm gonna show you Charly Suarez. Sandali, Charly Suarez. Ito yung sinasabi ko na Charly Suarez is good. I have no problem. He's good. He's an Olympian. But to be honest with you, I think the opponents of Charly Suarez, although yung iba sa kanila nagpakita ng maganda, let's say for example Jan Estrada, Edward Mancito, but the rest of the boxers didn't really show any parang laban eh. Although yung Del Malperio, makikita mo dito, maganda yung record. Charly Suarez hasn't really been tested in the pro ranks. Just a real talk. And I'm sorry sa ibang mga boxers na nadinaanan niya, but wala pa talaga. Wala pa. No? Charly Suarez has almost all the time overskilled this opponent. Okay? So why am I saying this? Why am I saying this also? I don't think Charly Suarez has fought a guy like TOMJUNE Mangubat who is probably the tallest that he will be fighting. No, taller than I think Del Marpelio, Lawrence. I don't have to look at their height. Maliliit. At sa tingin ko, coming into the fight, mas mabigat ito. Si TOMJUNE Mangubat, sigurado. Mas bibigat ito. So, the point that I'm trying to say here is that Charly Suarez is good, but this is, kung level up fight ito kay TOMJUNE Mangubat, level up fight din ito kay Charly Suarez. Para sa aking pong palagay, and based on experience. Del Marpelio has no experience. I mean, Rosas has experience because he's veteran, but unfortunately, Rosas is not the same Rosas as before. No? And Jan Estrada was coming on sunod-sunod na talo eh. Which is the one that I remember the most na medyo okay na napalaban dito si Charly. So, TOMJUNE Mangubat has a good opportunity to test really itong si Charly Suarez. And let me remind you this. TOMJUNE Mangubat is also has also power. He has 12 knockouts. Galing ko lang to ha. 12 knockouts. So, it depends really kung ano yung strategy na mangyayari sa laban na ito. But if I see TOMJUNE MANGUBAT able to, kumbaga, impose his power against CHARLY SUAREZ, and really, although siya yung mas matangkad dito ha, siya yung mas matangkad dito. So, I see, usually pag matangkad ka, you wanna take advantage of that height and reach advantage. But I see na mahirap i-boxing itong si CHARLY SUAREZ. So, I'm looking for TOMJUNE MANGUBAT if he wants to win. In my perspective po, para sa akin, is to showcase his power and kailangan niya i-pressure itong si CHARLY SUAREZ at hindi si CHARLY SUAREZ ang mag-pressure sa kanya. And he's too big for CHARLY SUAREZ. CHARLY SUAREZ is just 5'5". 5'5". Ang maliit lang si CHARLY SUAREZ kumpara kay TOMJUNE MANGUBAT. So, yun po yung nakikita ko. And siguro kailangan iparamdam kagad ni TOMJUNE yung kanyang power. Because if CHARLY SUAREZ felt that he can do it, CHARLY SUAREZ will break him down. Break him down going left to right, papapapak, ikot, papapapak. So, timing is very important for TOMJUNE MANGUBAT. But, again, this is a level of fight as well for CHARLY SUAREZ. The thing with TOMJUNE MANGUBAT, no? That's why sinasabi ko pa rin na lamado yung CHARLY SUAREZ. Yung dalawang talo niya, no? And this would also will serve as an opportunity para sa iyo, TOMJUNE, or para kay TOMJUNE. Because kung si CHARLY SUAREZ first niya ng title sa WBA or sa regional, kasi Luz Proba at Min Proba nakuha niya eh. Pero wala naman yun eh. So no due respect, pero yung real challenge is right now here. Yung WBA Asia Super Featherweight title. Isang beses pa lang si CHARLY SUAREZ and is looking to retain his belt. But for TOMJUNE MANGUBAT, his two losses came from a title shot. If I remember, Arnel Bacmunahe was one of the fighter na natalo siya. I think, double check ko nga kung anong title nun. Vacant WBC Asian Boxing Council. Ito naman sa Vietnam, it's a WBO Oriental Youth. So, now, at the prime of his life, although 24 is still very young age, this will be his third time to get a belt. So, I'm sure he's gonna be very motivated this time because it's bad sa, minsan sa mental, oh no, every time na may belt, natatalo tayo. And last time lang, si Dan Rick Tumabong, parang ganyan din eh. Na every time may belt, natatalo eh. But now, it's different. Now, nasubukan siya sa huling laban niya kahit papaano. But CHARLY SUAREZ is a different animal from Villanueva. So, in the end, may palag ba talaga ito? It depends kung war dog ang makita natin. I think he needs to be a real war dog coming into the fight and show Suarez that he could not move around. CHARLY SUAREZ will definitely box this guy sa aking palagay, and once he feel na he can break this down, si TOMJUNE MANGUBAT, alam mo na, I mean, he goes for a knockout too, at grabe to, mabibilis sumuntok. So, iwasan lang niya na masyadong madikit, pagpapasok siya, sa tingin ko, at pag wala siya nakuha doon, he needs to make sure that as well that CHARLY SUAREZ is not within range para kombuhan siya, dahil siguradong yun ang mangyayari. So, ang aking prediction, nahihirapan akong sabihin na kayang pabaksakin ni CHARLY SUAREZ si TOMJUNE MANGUBAT, but this may probably go the distance in favor of CHARLY SUAREZ, not unless TOMJUNE MANGUBAT controls the fight, which is medyo mahirap gawin against someone who has very good experience in boxing on the international level. Yung 9-0 record ni CHARLY SUAREZ, don't look at that because he has fought more high-level opponents. So, TOMJUNE MANGUBAT, I hope ma-motivate ka dito. CHARLY SUAREZ, I hope as well that you do your best because TOMJUNE MANGUBAT, while you're still ahead, CHARLY SUAREZ still ahead, I think this is still gonna be your biggest fight. And I'm excited to see this. Team Omega, Team VSP Promotions, this is gonna be a great fight. It's not the kind of fight kasi hindi ako magagawa ng prediction dito kung tingin kong walang laban itong kalaban eh. Kasi may mga fights na real talk na parang alam mo na talaga kung sino sobrang llamado. Dito, hindi po sobrang lamado si Charlie Suarez. But I have to give 40, or maybe if I wanna stretch it, baka 65 pa kay Charlie. Pero 60-40 for Charlie Suarez. Trabaho lang po at hopefully, ibig sabihin pag ganyan, magandang laban na yan. Kaysa naman yung talagang kahit nakapikit alam mong mananalo sa isang boksingero. Ako po si Pau Salud, yun po yung aking objective. Kaibigan ko pareho yung mga yan. Pero I have to choose, brother, sa mga tatalpak. Pau Salud, Powcast Sports. Agree ba kayo sa akin? Kung agree, comment nyo lang. Hindi ako expert, but that's my opinion. I wanna see your opinion. Kung agree kayo sa akin, i-comment nyo lang po down below. At sabay-sabay natin panoodin. Sana ipalabas din natin sa Powcast Sports. I hope we can also, again, put this live on Powcast Sports. Thank you. And I'll see you on my next commentary and prediction for good fights. Yung mga dapat medyo mapag-isipan. Salamat po.
Powcast Sports. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.